and welcome to Project Home DIY. My name is Christine, the owner, founder, and curator of your Project Home boxes. Thanks for joining us this month when we get to create the tweeting duo. So I love these little birds. I love the planters. I think it's just in perfect time to be able to bring something green, fresh, and clean into our houses. So this month we actually are using chalk paint. So we get to go over that fun medium, and it's from Deco, so readily available. You guys are able to get those at your local craft stores or even order it online. But they have a fantastic color selection, and the chalk paints are pretty awesome to use. We're going to be using it on the ceramic. You can use it on the wood if you would like, but we will create the most simple spring decor for your new table setting. So let's get started. I'm going to bring you around up a little bit closer so you can see hands-on how we're going to do this. Let's get started. Okay, so first things first, I'm going to start with the wood pieces and get those stained. The ceramic, once we paint it, they will dry pretty darn quickly. So we don't have to, I like to do things first that are going to dry quicker, or the slowest, and then get to those pieces in just a moment. But you'll notice you do have two little screws in your kits. Don't misplace those, they'll go for the stands. And I'm not going to use the chalk paints yet, but I am going to stain these, and I'm going to make a faux stain. So in your boxes, there's always paper, which is so awesome to use to cover your tables that you're working on and keep your space pretty clean and organized. So I'm going to create a faux stain with just an acrylic paint, and then you add water to it. So you can use any color that you would like. Just double check and make sure that it's water-based. If it's not water-based, you don't want to use it. I'm just going to pour a little paint out here, and then I'm going to add just a little water to it. So this is a faux stain. I could use like a Minwax or Varathane stain or anything like that for sure, but I'm just going to use a faux stain. I'm making a watered down paint, and that way I can get these stained quicker and still get that wood grain look through it, because I do want to provide some contrast in these pieces from the solid color planters that we're going to use. So I'm doing a darker gray than the yesteryear color that we have going on here. So it's going to be quite a bit darker, which is exactly what I want. And I'm going to stain all four of these the same color. So you can either take, and I know some people use baby wipes when they do this faux stain method. I'm going to just paint it on because it's kind of what I have available to me right here, right now. I have my paintbrush, easily accessible, so I'm going to use that. If you don't like the color that it turns out to be, you can do it again. Do either the same color, but just do another coat, or change it up. It's really versatile because you really aren't super staining it. Like an oil-based stain would be hard to stain over stain. So when you're painting like this and doing a faux, it's perfect. Okay, those pieces are painted. I'm gonna just move them to the side here. Okay, starting with my larger pot, I think I'm gonna do the pots in the vintage color, which is so stinking pretty. It's like this, almost a little tiny green, which if you love this color that's behind me, it can be found at stores like Lowe's, and it's called Secluded Garden, if you like that. But I'm gonna paint the pots in the vintage and the birds in the yesteryear. So they're gonna be like the lighter gray little colors, and then the pots are gonna be in the vintage. Chalk paint, super easy to use. It's a lot like flat paint. You'll notice the bottle's heavier because there's a lot of pigment in it. So that's kind of the difference with chalk paint. There's chalky chunks in it, so it makes it a rougher texture, kind of like what your ceramic, unfinished ceramic feels like. And yeah, so it covers really well. So if you're gonna be doing things like furniture or furniture, wood, any kind of painting like that, chalk paint works really well because of the coverage. So I love the coverage of chalk paint. You get a nice finish. So I'm gonna go ahead and paint these. I'm not gonna do the inside, just the outside and the rim. Get this down here, and it'd be really pretty. I think I'm going to do this black little edge down here in black. Yes, when I am done. So I'm painted blue right now, but it's gonna turn black here shortly. Okay, now to paint the birds using the yesteryear color. You can even, if you want like 2 different color birds, add a tiny bit of white or even black to this, or anything to create just, you know, a tad different shade. Give you a little bit of variation. I know some of you will get super creative with these birds and make them really cute and add perfect little floral or flowers or little beaks and stuff to them. But I'm gonna keep mine just clean and simple. You have to remember, I gotta please the masses when I do mine, so I have to keep it pretty basic. But you guys get to do all sorts of colors and beautiful things to your projects, which is so much fun. Okay, that is all the painting. So I'm gonna let these dry for a moment and then we'll get back to painting an accent on the bottom of the pots and go from there. Okay, everything's dried. A lot of people ask, I mentioned a lot of times that I use a heater to dry my projects and paint just to get them moving along a little bit faster. This is what the heater looks like. It's just this tiny little space heater. And I use that and put it up against my painted items and allows them to dry quicker and faster finishing, curing, and get it done. So there is the beautiful color. I'm gonna paint that little black line and then we are done with this project. If you remember and have been with us for a little while, I have said several times in 2023 that I'm gonna keep things simple. So I'm gonna continue doing that. And this is another example of that. So I'm gonna paint a small black, this whole bottom half is gonna be black. I just think that would create a really pretty, just a pop of on the bottom color. So let me dig in my mess of paints here. There we go. There's my black. Bring this piece of paper back over. Okay, and I'm not gonna tape it off. I'm just gonna use a straight brush and just go, and then I'll put some on right now. And then once I get a nice bead going, I'll pull it all along and freehand it. Okay, they are perfect. Look at that, just a tiny bit of black. Perfect little addition. Set them in the heater. Okay, these are very easy to assemble. You just need a screwdriver, which I have. If you've been with us in past months, some of the kits come with screwdrivers, and you'll have them for future projects, but if not, it's just a Phillips screw, super easy. So they just crisscross and then just screw right in. So that's easy. I'm loving these colors. My favorite. Okay. Okay. There's those. There's our little birds. We got lots of extra paint, so if you shouldn't run out. There's the top. Oh my goodness, this one's not quite dry. Killing me. I'm going to take and just put houseplants in these, just small potted plants. So they'll already be in pots. These don't have drains, so they're not meant to drain. We wouldn't want that leaking all over the place, so they are closed bottoms with no hole in the bottom. Just put some greens in them. You can take like the balls of, oh gosh, I can't think of what I'm thinking. Boxwood, the boxwood balls, they're faux balls you can use. I think that's dry enough. Set that right in there, and voila. So you could take some faux boxwood balls, set them on the top of these. They look super cute. Get some real plants, which is what I'm going to do with them. Put some real plants potted in there. Again, the water will not leak out because they are closed. But there is your May project. Super easy, simple, but just the perfect addition to your home. And welcome back to spring in 2023. Thanks for joining me with Project Home DIY. Make sure you join our VIP Facebook group and add your creations in there, because there's tons of other people in that group that get to add their boxes or their completed projects, and you get to get tons of inspiration on how other people finish their project. So make sure you join that group, and we'll see you in June. Bye.